It's not much better here than it was on the other one, but hello everybody. Chloethedev here. It's actually worse, I think, on my tablet. Yeah, it didn't start. It didn't say I was live till about 7 and 6 seconds in. But this will be a short one. Hope you're all doing well. Consensys Bootcamp has started, so I'm in day 2, but I put the video title as day 1 because. Sorry, yeah, Bianca's just walking around doing her thing. I put the video title day 1 because I was supposed to go live yesterday. I kind of just forgot, honestly. So the plan is to go live every day for the bootcamp and just talk about how it's going, what I'm doing. And I guess I will actually go through part of the bootcamp. So let's see. I'm going to try and do this on my tablet. It should hopefully work all right. Let's pop out chat. It's being a bit annoying. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. So in Consensys Academy, we started with going through introduction. They kind of gave us through like it was getting into Slack, getting into all the different the Discord and different things like that. Tools for the course, basic boring stuff. The first chapter was review of blockchain technology. It was very basic. There was about 10 different modules in the chapter. So for example, the first module was like review of blockchain technology. There was a pre-assessment quiz. It was pretty easy, not graded. Then they had like distributed ledgers, consensus mechanisms, mining, public and private blockchains, distributed ledger platforms, and then they had a little test. It was pretty easy. It wasn't really about necessarily like Ethereum per se. It was more just about like what is blockchain, what are the kind of blockchains you could develop on, why are they there, and why are they important. I'd say it was very similar to like blockchain money. Sorry, the blockchain and money course that I kind of link on MIT on YouTube sometimes from MIT. If anyone is interested in blockchain tech and that kind of stuff, I think it is a great course to go through. So there's that. In chapter 2, I'm on chapter 2 right now. I'm on the test apparently. No way, yeah, I'm on chapter 3. Dude, I don't know. I'm on chapter 3, but for some reason, let's see, maybe I gotta refresh the page. I was doing work on my tablet and work on my laptop a little bit, so it was a bit different throughout the. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna go live for about 10 minutes each day and just talk about how the course is going. So basically, like for example, I talked to DeFi Dude and I got access to the archive node for the Web3 Bridge students, which is really cool. So I was trying to run my own node at my house for a bit, and that. For many reasons, the storage required. I have enough internet speed. I pay like $100 a month for 1 gig per second, which is really nice. But I have a bunch of really old computers here, so I have like Pixel stuff and like Chromium stuff. But in terms of my actual like desktop, it's a really old PC that I kind of wiped Windows off of and put Linux on. Oh wait, did I even wipe Windows? I can't remember if I wiped Windows properly off the computer. I have no clue what I've done to this computer. I need to go back and wipe it properly and boot it. But yeah, I put a new storage onto it anyway, so it's not like it needs to run anything else. I bought a new hard drive and put Linux on the hard drive. But yeah, let's go through a little more of what's going on in this course. Module 2 went through like, we started getting to like the blockchain primitives. Like, so what is important to start building on the blockchain? It went through another pre-assessment for the class. They went through like cryptographic hash functions, playing with hash functions. Went through a very interactive experience of how you would actually, how do you compute hash functions? How do they change? It's pretty basic stuff again, but it was good to see. Public key cryptography, Merkle trees, playing with Merkle trees, blockchain structure, building a blockchain, smart contract. So again, a lot of the concepts building upon each other to teach you, okay, like, what are blockchains? Why are they useful? What are they made up of? And then smart contracts. How do you build on blockchains? And then went into like nodes, blockchain forks. And the test. So I did the test already. And then chapter 3 I'm on now. About halfway through. And that one's called Ethereum. Now I get into Ethereum basics. which we're talking about. I did the pre-assessment again, very basic. Then it goes into accounts, transactions, and what I did that last night was gas and fees. So right now I'm there. It's been pretty basic information so far, but I would assume that it would ramp up pretty quickly. Again, so I'm on chapter 3. So when I get back today, we have to go and run. Oh my God, it's 2:00 already. Gotta go run some errands, come back. Then we're going to go through Ethereum structure, externally owned accounts, and Ethereum transactions, generating Ethereum addresses, which will be fun, and then a test. Again, it should be pretty easy. And then the rest of the chapters it doesn't seem too difficult. We're going through traditional decentralized application development. So like how would you normally build a dApp? Not too complicated. I've built dApps before, I suppose, but I kind of really forget how for the most part. I haven't written a dApp in at least 6-7 months, so it'll be a good refresher for me, all of it. Then chapter 5 is development frameworks and environment. Wait, can I share my screen? Let's see if I can share my screen. I've never really even tried on here. Let's see. Let's see. Pop out chat, so I don't have to see the chat. And then, no, not sure how to share my screen. Oh, look. Oh, no. Let me see more of myself for a second there. But now it won't let me. I'm trying to like do all this stuff on all these devices. And like my devices don't seem to always like me for some reason. I see how I can mute myself and I can move myself side to side. But yeah, doesn't seem like I'm gonna be able to share my screen through YouTube. I can do it. I know I use OBS and stuff, and oh my God, excuse me. I've tried. So I have Chromium stuff, and Chromium stuff allows you to have Linux now, which is super cool. But the problem is that they don't give you full control still unless you're in dev mode. And I don't feel like going into dev mode. Like, for example, my laptop, I've full dev on that thing. So for like 6-9 months. And I've definitely broken something with it. It overheats all the time. It shuts off when it overheats. And then it causes me frustrations and annoyances. Like currently, it's not letting me log in because it's saying that I have the wrong password because I changed it recently. I don't know, man. Technology is weird. And I think that's kind of why I like working in tech so much, is because, tech for the most part doesn't make too much sense to me. And so I understand that it doesn't make sense for a lot of people out there that tech doesn't make sense to. So I'd really like to help it make more sense to more people. On the adverse side of that, I know that there's so many people who tech is the only thing that makes sense to them. Because the answer is usually more based in math. So it's like yes or no, right or wrong. And for some people, it's very helpful for them. And so, yeah, I think that I want to work in the industry so that I can help make tech more accessible for everybody. And then hopefully that will, I don't know, help people to better be able to communicate with each other and stuff like that. So, okay, my phone's being annoying. I'm going to try and log into my laptop. Give me a second. Okay. Password. Oh, it worked. So the way it worked is that it wasn't letting me log in because I had no Wi-Fi. So I had to log into the Wi-Fi first on the lock screen and then log in. Google and their lock screen issues, they have so many lock screens on all their devices, but they try. I appreciate that. So yeah, Gitcoin grant. I'm gonna say this every single time I go live. Gitcoin grant, September 14th. We're having a party in CryptoVoxels. Marma J. What? Oh my gosh, that scared me. We're having a party in CryptoVoxels, marmaj.cryptovoxels.com. Click that link, go to that link, marmaj, MARMAJ, .crypto, like easy, voxels, VOX, I don't know how to spell voxels, man, I Google it, VOXELS, voxels, I don't know. Anyways, the point is, marmaj.cryptovoxels.com or .net or anything, and you can go to the gallery, at 12 p.m. Eastern time, September 14th. We're going to be releasing all this information on the blog, on the website. Also on my GitHub, I have officially put the README down for the app that I want to build. I know Mintbase is trying to use layer 2 for Arcweave, which would be great for NFTs. I hope wearables get moved to layer 2s at some point. I know Starkware is doing their general purpose Turing complete layer 2s, which is super cool. I'd love to work on that and like build on that. So if they have a hackathon, I am definitely building on Starkware stuff. Hopefully it'll make it more accessible. But my idea is that art doesn't have to always be rare. I know that whole NFT space is always focusing on rare art. I think it's more important that it's verifiable, or verifiable how much you have. So for example, if like instead of making it important to be rare, I think it could be cool to make it important that you're a holder. So are you a holder of this person's art? Yes. Cool. Then you get something out of that. Not necessarily, oh, you have to like hold one of one, or you're the only person that holds something. I don't. The exclusivity isn't really what drives me. It's more accessibility. So the idea would be, a lot of times the hardest part of getting a token to someone's wallet is the gas fees of minting, not really the gas fees of sending. So if you had a NFT that was very cheap to send, then you could lower gas fees and make it more accessible for more people to have the art. Also, what you could do is make it so that any art minted by the store, even if it looks different, all has the same factory behind it, all the same store behind it. And so, so the idea would be that, yeah, you're not really minting new art every time you create the art. So I don't know, I have a few ideas of doing this, but there's one way where when you mint at the beginning, your art piece, you mint like 1,000 pieces, let's say, and then they almost become like, instead of like full NFTs where you're minting 1,000 unique NFTs, they're almost like ESG20s where they're fungible with each other. So you don't care which if you got the first one or the second one or the third one, as long as you have one of these tokens, they're all interchangeable with each other. But you could still write programs where you make sure someone has one of these. And so my idea is that if the price of this token increases by 10% each time, and when you got your token, you could also know the price you paid for it. So if the very first piece of art was on sale for 0.1 ETH, and the second piece of art was on sale for 1 ETH, and went up by 10% each time, and the price you paid for yours, you can use a mathematical equation to figure out which edition you have of this art. So if you have the first edition, you have the first edition because of the price you paid for the art. Instead of having to have a first edition based on when you mint, like the minting a bunch of them, or mint only one, you could mint endless art, but still know what edition you have of the art based on, just check how many of the art pieces were minted. So say it was 300, and then divide it by, how much it would be. And okay, out of these 300, you have edition 28 because of the cost you paid for the art. So that part's kind of cool. You can still have the rarity, the verifiable scarce, not scarcity, it's verifiable. Well, there is scarcity because after a year or after a certain block time, you could no longer mint the art piece. And then the funds from minting the art will be sent to some yield farming thing, RDAI probably. And so RDAI will be locked into the contract. And after the end of the block time, all the APR from the RDAI will be distributed to equally to all holders, regardless of what you paid for it. So let's say it was 100 NFTs. Obviously, for increasing prices, so the first person that got the NFT pays less than the last person, but each NFT would be able to access 1% of all the assets within the smart contract. And this basically provides a cool little gamification of it. So like if the artist really believes in their art or believes in the charity, they could, buy 10 pieces of art, give them to friends and family, and then keep pushing that art, and then keep making money off each sale. Plus, they would make it so that at the end of the block time, everyone who held the art that they gave away would get more money or more funds. At the same time, they would just grow this system. So the first version of this is supposed to be just me minting art for the Marlon J Foundation. The second version of it will hopefully be us minting art for anyone who we deem we should be minting for. It's going to be complicated to keep the art separate. So I think that every time we mint a new piece of art, it's going to cost me money, I think. The simple way I have it set out now with EIP, EIP 1155 NFTs, I think it would still cost me to implement the store, and it would still cost me for each new piece of artwork that I put up that would be minted. So we'll see. I'm trying to keep costs low and be efficient with gas, as efficient as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much as basic as it is. You buy art. So yeah, so there's three different, facets, or three different where the money's going. So an art is purchased, 80% of the funds go straight to the artist. So the artist gets paid almost as much as they were getting paid before, not much of a difference. 10% goes straight to marmaji.eth. So we have an ENS name for marmaji.org. I hold the keys to it. And those funds are mostly, hopefully, to be used for a long-term validator, so we can perpetually keep doing cool things for the foundation. And in the meantime, just used for educational materials to be created and stuff like that for the foundation. We have a lot of other ideas how to raise money. This is just kind of one of them. And then the other 10% would be going to RDI. And so the gas cost might be relatively high, just because like when you are purchasing the fund, a lot of calls, you're doing a transfer, probably an ETH transfer. You might have to do a swap on Uniswap. So the goal is to stay away from as many exchanges and stuff as possible. So for example, one way of doing that is making that the art is for sale in a certain token. For example, if I made the art for sale in RDI, then obviously it would increase the use case for RDI, but then it would also reduce the gas prices. And then I could say, if you pay in RDI, the gas prices are lowest. If you pay in DAI, the gas prices are medium. If you pay in ETH, because the pool on Uniswap is probably DAI to RDI, not ETH to DAI or whatever. So probably going to try and make it so people are buying the art in DAI or RDI, so that the gas fees, so they understand the gas fees are lower. With Mintbase, the idea of why I want to fork Mintbase is that Mintbase does allow for purchasing art on through Stripe, I think. So you can use centralized services to purchase. And so I would like to have it to where eventually stuff's on layer 2 with the same kind of idea. And then people are able to like donate or buy art with their like credit card or whatever else. So that's kind of the idea of the DApp. If you go on my GitHub, github.com/Chloethedev, I have a README up under the Consensys stuff that I'm doing. It's not that, I probably won't put up too much code unless people ask for it, and then I'll share it privately probably. I'm pretty much forking Mintbase, cutting out whatever I think is not needed, and then throwing it onto a test net and seeing what I can do. It's nothing special. I'm much more interested in back-end stuff than front-end stuff. This DApp is just for me to learn, for me to grow as a developer and as a coder. And honestly, I'm driven because I want to see this type of DApp exist in the community for artists. And I'm kind of building it for my girlfriend. She's an artist with BiancaCreates.eth. Bianca Creates. She's an artist. She's minted her first NFT a few months ago, I guess, and she's starting to mint a few more soon. But these gas prices are insane, and so I think it would be cool, first of all, for her to be able to mint art and not have to worry about paying for it. And if it sells, the buyer of the art could pay. So basically, if we minted art for 1 ETH, the buyer of the art could just pay the gas. So if gas is 0.1 ETH, again, the buyer would pay 0.11. And one of the ideas I had is that we can just rebate the buyer. So if we're selling the art for 1 ETH and they end up paying 0.8 ETH in gas or whatever it is, we can just rebate that back to the buyer. So then the gas the art would only cost 0.92 ETH if the gas fee was 0.08 or 0.08 F. But yeah, the idea is simply to have a place where artists can mint for free. That raises funds altruistically for different things. So this, I would love to get this on mainnet before the 14th of September. Just for me, so like just one contract with one piece of art that people can buy. with RDI, like where where people can buy it and the funds will be swapped to RDI and held, and then at the end of like 2 months, interest gets split, among holders. To reduce gas prices or gas costs, I'd probably keep it centralized for now. I didn't want to do this, but now that I think about it, honestly, it probably makes most sense after the block time is done. So I do this for 2 months. It would kind of make sense for all the funds to kind of go back to the Marvin J Foundation and do a more centralized kind of payout like Gitcoin Grants does, and then just run a script that pays out all holders of this token equally with how much money we brought in, which kind of sucks, but eventually these issues of decentralization will be solved, hopefully. But for now, no. This video's gone twice as long as I planned. I'm going live again tonight to talk about what else I'm learning through in chapter 3 and 4. I hope to get through at least chapter 3 and 4. Let's go through what chapters we have. So I don't think I finished going through this. Writings. Then it goes through like dev frameworks and environment, solidity fundamentals, writing smart contract, Ethereum and the end user, smart contract pitfalls, testing and debugging, advanced topics, additional topics. So honestly, I'll probably get through most of this week. For the final project, I want to start on that this weekend. And then they have mentor meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm hoping to hand in my assignment on Tuesday to be watched, to be looked at by a mentor or a call mentors. Thursday, get some feedback, and then hopefully be at least testing on testnet by. I would like to have a full version on testnet by the 14th, bare minimum, and then maybe just throw it on mainnet for fun and just be like, at your own risk kind of thing. If gas prices are low enough. But yeah, that's it from me. Chloethedev here. Hope you're having a great time. September 14th, Marvin J Foundation's having an event for Gitcoin Grant Round 7. Come out, wear all your cool stuff. If you want wearables, Pixels, the Crypto Woman got some crazy plays. If you actually go above my property in CryptoVoxels, the Crypto Woman has a great store up there. So, but yeah, hope you have a great day. See you all soon.